Hello, guten Tag, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. A very warm welcome back to Sona's video series, Am I Alone Part 2. Um, and today I'm really happy to see that people are supporting me. And I thank everybody who really supported me, viewed my videos, and also commented to support me and ask me questions which are very very important questions and very important topics that we need to discuss about. And I'm not here to give a solution, but I'm going to share my experiences and a few tips and tricks that I used during this difficult period to sustain ourselves in the career market or the job market. And the second topic I will take up in my next video is about office anxiety, as how to manage time, stress, and people in office. Now, so let me directly jump into the topic, because if I talk, I can talk for hours. And I actually created a video which lasted for 45 minutes, and I realized it's too much. So let me be very objective on the types of situations and to deal with it. So the first situation is where you have, or one of, or few of us have lost our jobs in during Corona, and we all accept the fact that it's a difficult time. It is definitely tough for even companies, not just we as people, individuals, but also organizations, the countries, the economy, the world economy, country economy, everywhere. It is not an easy time. It's extremely tough, and we all accept it. However, these tough times have given us new opportunities and new challenges. Like we say, it has disrupted the whole market, it has disrupted the economy, and given us other opportunities to think more creatively. This is how I take the situation. Yes, so let's get back to people who have lost their jobs. Yes, many of us have lost our jobs during this period, and we are facing difficulties. But again, please do not panic. Do not think that you are alone. Think positively that you will do well, you will find a job, or you will find something that is even better than your job. So let's talk about it. So when we have lost our jobs, there are various reasons we panic, because we are our family is financially dependent on us. We have financial crisis. We have to take care of our health, take care of ourselves, our food, our daily needs, etc., etc. So if that is the reason, you have a financial dependency of your family, you have loans, mortgages, etc., etc., then that's desperation, and you just need a source of income. Yeah, so don't take it as a job. Think about it as source of income which will help me have my food, cover my basic needs, cover my family, cover my health needs, and take care of me. So that's source of income. And if this source of income is going to be your job, then okay, how do we search for it? So if it is all about financial need and desperation, and you really need to cover your bills, then please do not think about getting a career in it. So first focus is to get the job, get the means of earning. Do not think about anybody else. Do not think, some people will think, what do I do if I do this kind of a job? So just take up any job, anything that gives you source of income, be it restaurants, be it shops, wherever it's open. I'm just giving examples. So whether it's a shop, it's a part-time online job, or any caretaking job, or any of the things that will help you earn money, right? So at that time, do not think that I'm so qualified and I wouldn't get I just need an office job, I need this job. And if it's not available and it's desperation, please do not think about you. Think about me. Just think, I want this job, I need money to survive, my family needs money to survive. So please don't think about others. So that is one way. And how do I search for jobs? I'll get to it, and I will combine it with everything. But for people who are do not have online access to jobs like LinkedIn or Naukri and so on, people who are only looking for jobs through people or through advertisement in newspaper or magazines. It's possible. Please talk to people, look at those advertisements, go for it, call them, please call them, even if it's part-time job, online job, whatever lets makes you to get money, do it. I have done it. I have done it in the very start of my career. I have myself worked in a shop. I have folded clothes. I have put books in the shelves. I have cleaned things, articles in the shop to decorate it. So I have done it, and I will show. You can look at my journey over my professional journey. I will put my LinkedIn ID there, or Zing ID, both. One LinkedIn usually used worldwide, and Zing specifically for Germany. So please do not think that you are doing a low level job. No job in this world is low level. Every job is important. Every job is required. Every job is important. So please do not worry about what others are thinking. Yeah. Second, the people who have lost their jobs but have some cash reserves, and they want to look for a new job to change their career or enhance their career, and are okay to take that chance. And the third category of people are people who have a job and want to change, and but are waiting for corona to get over, or not sure whether you can get a job immediately. But the planning for the jobs which are specifically tech or non-tech in any industry is the same. So don't think that I'm only going to talk about tech in that case, or any. This is common across all the areas. So quickly, what do I need to do to get a new job? How do I find a new job? Yeah, where do I find a new job? Yeah. And fourth is, does how do I make that decision of application? How do I would that how do I think whether that will help me, or help me build my career, and how do I ensure I'm successful in that job? So what kind of job, repeat myself, what kind of a job, where I want to do the job, how I want to find the job, and how effective is it going to be in my career? So 4 points. So the first one, what kind of job I want to do. Yeah, so I have lost my job, or I want to change a job, doesn't matter. All these factors don't matter now. So please, please, if you want to take notes or take these tips, please do. So first is, how what kind of a job I need. Yeah. So first think, what role you want to do. What is that kind of a job you want to do? What aligns to your career aspirations? So what role? Yeah, first, what role? What level of role? What is the designation? Some people are crazy about designations. So designations. Which company I want to do this job? Yeah. So answer these questions first to yourself. Then second question is, where I want to do this job. So where doesn't mean just the company. Where exactly do I want to do it? In a specific city, the specific country, a specific location, work from home, or you want to go do an office job, etc., etc. Third, how do I search for a job? Do I search for a job online? Do I search for a job offline? Offline means in newspapers, magazines, pamphlets. Where else? In job station, job bureau, where else? And how does it impact my career? How effective is that job for me? So you have to look at, in the long run, is that job going to really align to my aspirations? Do I have a goal? Do I have a plan? And does that match? Yeah. So that these are the four questions and four sub questions that you need to ask yourself when you evaluate for a new job. Now, tips of how to prepare for each question. So very structured. First four questions. Each question has sub questions. You want to add more questions, you can do that. But these are the basic questions. So one is, what kind of a job you want to do. where, in which company. So first look at the role. For example, you're looking for a say an IT manager role for infrastructure. I can give you this example because I was one. So I suppose you want to work for a company, say Wipro or something. Again, I'm just giving examples. No company is. I do not. I'm not representing any organization. I'm just giving examples out of my experience. I have nothing to do with any of these organizations. These are my fully personal views. So suppose you want to be an IT engineer in Wipro. So how do I want to get, where do I want to go in Wipro? How do I know how to, what, where, how? These are the questions you want to ask for a company, where you want to be, which location you want to be within the company, etc., etc. So first, what about that company? Find out about what that company is all about. What are the different businesses in that company? What does a manager IT infrastructure do? Yeah. Or there's specific designation, whichever designation you want to look at it. Look at people who are currently working in that same designation. How do I do that? Open LinkedIn, look for, type in the search, manager IT infrastructure. Look at people, look at job descriptions, what they do, what are the job activities they do, what are their roles and responsibilities, and so on and so forth. So once you have all those information about that role and the company, get deeper into what the company is all about. Think that you want to buy that company. And what is the information that you will take from that company? What about the revenues? What about the culture? What about the career mappings? How people have grown in the company? What the different businesses are? Whom do they cater to? Go to their webpage. Look at how they are structured. Look at how they have, what kind of product services they have, and so on and so forth. What is their history? How, and look at the people. Go search for people and see how they have grown within the organization. I'm talking about LinkedIn. When I talk about people, I'm always talking about people. Look for people in LinkedIn or Zing. Zing is for Germany, LinkedIn is for global. Yeah. So please look at that and find out about the company as if you want to buy it. So once you have found out about the company and the people, you would know better whether you want to join this organization or no. Yeah. The role again will tell you what description you have, what job activities you would have, what roles and responsibilities, and then you will also get a sense about whether your skills match to what is required for that job to do. Now that doesn't mean you need 100% skills to be matching. Not needed. Even if you have about 70% of those skills, you need to make yourself uh, know for yourself that, and you need to make yourself capable for that role. How do I do that? If you already have those 60-70% skills, make sure you're able to give enough evidence about that you have those skills. Make that evidence prevalent in your resume. Yeah. So sorry, I had the bell rang for a postman. Excuse me. So get ready, get those details, make those details evident on your resume. Get those keywords on your resume. Update your LinkedIn profile in the similar manner, because when recruiters search for you, LinkedIn becomes a place where they will look for keywords in your resume or in your profile so that they can match the required job with your profile. So so when you do that, you have looked at what the company is, you have looked what the profile is, you have understood whether your skills match them, and how much they match them. Match the keywords in your profile, if they in your profile on LinkedIn and in your profile on resume. So you have to have those keywords. That is the key. So once you have that, now you have answered the question, first question and sub questions. What kind of a job you want to do, in which company, what is the role, what are the roles and responsibilities, what are your daily activities, and what are the skills that you need. and what are skills, and you're matching those skills, whether you have those skills. Now if there is skills which you really don't have and you're still putting it into your profile, then you then it's going to be that doesn't work. You will fail when you give the interview, or somebody asks you a question, or somebody known looks at your profile and says, hey, this guy or this girl didn't do this, and he or she has put that in the profile. So it's they may say that this person lies. So be careful of what you choose, what you write. It's important because you will get interviewed on what you have written. All right. So that's the first part. Second is where you want to do it. What's the location of the job? There are many locations. Working from home, working from remote for IT people is going to be the new normal. You must have read news. Keep up to the news. Keep up to the blogs. Keep up to LinkedIn writings. Keep up on those kind of news, and you will see that it's becoming a new normal. So if you want to work out of office, then it's a different story. You can still apply, but even if you work from home, there's no harm. Well, I have worked since from home for long. I've been working off and on from home since 2008. So it's not a problem at all. I can have another video series if you want. You can write down in the comments if you want to know how to work effectively from home while managing your life. Yeah, so doing the work life balance. Okay, so that's the other part. So where today in this situation in COVID, people want to have people the as in the people want to have a job which is from home, which is safe. And companies want to recruit people who are closer to their home. They do not want people to travel from one place to another now, because of the restrictions that may come in, the global restrictions and so on and so forth. So the chance, it's not that I'm saying the chances are zero, but the probability of you getting those roles outside your home country or your city is low right now. But if the company is allowing you to work from home, it's a remote in the country, it doesn't matter. But we will see how that works. So preference is closer to your home. Yeah. Second is working remote. Yeah. So those two preferences are always the key. You can negotiate it. You can speak to your, and of course how to negotiate also can be another video, but I would like to see if that's an interesting topic for you all. So the second question said where, near home, remote, changing the country, whether you want to go to a different country, how do I search for the job in a different country. In Europe it's easier to do that because the countries have a standard Schengen, all the Schengen countries have a standard visa process for work, not for residence permits, but standard process for work. And if you have certain types of visa, you can work in any country. Citizens of Europe can work in any of the countries. Nobody can stop that. So it's easier for people in Germany to work in France or Amsterdam or Netherlands or Belgium and so on and so forth. Yeah, but we'll speak about where the location and why we should choose it that way. Yeah. So the third question is answered. Now the fourth question is how effective is it, and how do I search this job. Yeah. Sorry, how effective is this job in my career, and how do I ensure that it is. So the question that you need to ask, like I said, is whether this job is just temporary, that is going to give me a satisfaction because I want to work for this company and gain some experience or have this brand on my resume, whatever is the reason, or this will help me learn for something that I have set goals for. Very, very important. When the companies ask you where do you see 5 years down the line, it's not because it's a standard question to ask, but you should know your goal. What is your goal? And it doesn't mean that you are looking, some people look for 5 years, some people look for 15 years, some people look for 3 months. So depends on how you want to divide your goals: short term, mid term, long term, and you define your own terms. Yeah, nobody's going to say, oh, usually long term is about 5 to 10 years. No, you just decide your own timings, how you want to break it up, how do you want to break your goals, and it's easier for you to follow. The goals are for you, not to prove somebody else. It's for yourself. Yeah, do not compare yourself with anyone else. You can have people who you think are your uh, um, role models, but do not, again, please, you are a different individual. You have your own strengths and weaknesses. You have your own skills. You have your own personality. You are different. Please do not compare yourself with anyone else. It's not the same. Yeah, everybody has their own strengths, and you are good or best in the world. You are best in the world in your own way, and there is no comparison. Yeah, so please ensure that you do not compare yourself with anybody. I repeated this 3 times already because it's very important. Compare yourself with yourself, what you have achieved in different time and where you have been, and feel proud about it. Yeah, so ensure you have your goals and align those goals to your future. So those jobs that will suffice you, or make you happy for short term, if that makes you happy, you take it. If it aligns with your career goals, excellent. If it doesn't align, it's okay. You still got a job. You still wanted that brand. You joined the company because you wanted the brand, not because just somebody gave this job to you. Yeah, and the most important part is money. You want to save money, you want to get more money, you want to, keep increasing your savings. Depends. That's again another question to answer. So is it only for money you're doing this job, or is it a satisfaction to do a career aligned job? Now the fifth point is completely different, but still remains for the same people searching for a job, lost their job, or don't have something to earn. If you want to do your own business, there are many ways to do your businesses. But of course, you can start small, you can start with somebody, you can start your own startup. Of course, you have to prepare for that. So, but this may, if you have some reserves, some capital reserves, and you can invest, you can think about a lot of things that you can do besides, other than doing just a job. If you want to do a business, so you can think about that. So that's another choice when you want to do the business. Okay, so these are five questions that you can ask when you want to search for a new job. Yeah. Now I'm getting into the point of the most important one of how do I find the job that I dream of? What did I do? So I actually got my job um, based on a reference, and I really thank the person from the bottom of my heart that somebody referred me for the job because somebody found me fit for that job. Okay, now important part. I'm going to talk about reference. I'm going to talk about how to apply online. Yeah, and how do I apply, how do I prepare, and so on and so forth. Already spoke about the first part of preparation for the resume, but I would like to take the opportunity to talk specifically about how do I prepare to get referred or actually apply for the job online. Again, this is IT or any other tech companies which understand online applications and so on. It's available for all kinds of industries right now, manufacturing to chemical industry to healthcare to many retail, cosmetics, energies and utilities, telecom, and so on and so forth, IT, of course. So please look at those areas online. LinkedIn is one big one. Recruiters are very active on LinkedIn. So like I already mentioned about your profile, what you need to do. Now the so I was going to talk about the reference. I was going to talk about your application online, how to do that. And then I was going to talk about how what are the things you need to do to search for a job in certain countries, in Germany and in India. So first point on reference. A reference is very, very important. A reference just doesn't mean somebody took your resume, or you told about you to the hiring manager and you will just get the job. No, that doesn't work in top organization. It doesn't work that way. Yes, very senior roles come that way, where somebody has proven, like CEOs, CFOs, and so on. They do get hired by companies directly with on reference, where there are hardly any interviews and so on. That's a different story. But generally, when reference happens in good brands, then the reference happens in the system. They have their HR recruitment systems. You need to send your resume to the person who needs to refer you, and that person can refer you inside. A person can only refer you if he or she is sure of you, knows you, and recognizes that your work. Please do not expect anybody to just refer you just like that. Just because you know the person on LinkedIn doesn't mean the person will refer you. And for the people who are referring as well, be sure you have worked with the person, you know the person before you're referring the person, because it makes, when you refer a person, you're taking responsibility that that's for your organization, that you know this person, and this person has worked with you, and you're referring him or her out of your because of his or her capabilities. So it's important that you do that, because the organization will also trust in you, that you have got the good resources, and then you have referred the right candidate. Now, once the reference happens, doesn't mean the person has got the job. It doesn't work that way. Every company has a different process for the reference and hiring. Yeah. So the people, when they get referred, the HR process of recruitment is, in certain companies, there are many rounds of interview that you need to go through. You need to go through a technical round, you need to go through an interpersonal skills round. It's not that you will get a reference and somebody just speaks to you and you get the offer. No. So every company is different, so please do not expect that just because reference means you would just somebody takes your name and you get the job. So please be sure on that. It doesn't happen that way. The other part is on, why would recruiters find you based on reference? What is the other way of reference? The other way of reference is your customers, your colleagues, your supervisors, your reportees, or people whom you have worked with in the past have recommended you over LinkedIn or Zing. Um, it's important for you to for them to see that whatever you're saying, that you're great in customer management skills, you're great in project management skills, or as a developer or as a programmer, whatever it is, you are being you are being recognized by somebody else. Because if I say I'm a princess, which maybe I am, jokes apart, but somebody else should be able to tell that yes, Sona is a great developer. She programs well. She knows Java. She's very creative. She does a good thinking. They have to tell that. And so if when somebody else tells that after looking at your work, for example, your customers, your supervisors, your colleagues, then of course it makes an impact, right? Today if you tell me my video is great, then it will make an impact. It make would sense that people would look and get the benefit of it. It's the same with any company or a recruiter. They will look at your resume, your profile, see if you're recognized. You're recognized, if you're active in those forums which the skills are required, you're contributing online, you're known for your contributions, you are the first one to get the job, at least the first call. And then it depends how you go through the interview. So there are many ways to prepare. YouTube is full of information. You want to look at interviews, different types of interviews in different companies, you have many things to look at on YouTube. You will get enough information. So please take your time when you want to apply for a job. Take your time, look for recommendations, ask people how you work, ask people to recommend you if you're sure about, n- uh, uh, get information on how to join groups in the roles that you want to do, contribute there, be active, write white papers, write blogs, do all these kind of activities so people start noticing you in LinkedIn. Because if you're not seen, you don't exist. So it's important that you do that. So reference by people, your customers, your supervisors, your reportees if you have any, your team members, your your colleagues, anybody. So the reference matter a lot. So there should be recommendations on LinkedIn, or at least recommendations or endorsements of your skills. Yeah. So it's important that you do that. How do you ensure that your resume also reflects recommendations? So sometimes in India you need to give phone numbers or details about people who can recommend you if they have not recommended you on LinkedIn or anywhere else publicly. But you can definitely make use of your experience letters from companies to give a detail about what you worked as, and what are the skills that you've acquired. Or you can speak with your supervisor and your colleagues that, I will give your number, can you please help me recommend, can you please tell people how I've worked, and so on. It makes a lot of difference. So you have to build your network, you have to build that community, you have to have people who can acknowledge your skills. So please note, it's very important that you build that kind of a network which can help you. um, the other part is in Germany, of course, you have different recommendations. So when you leave your job in Germany, you can create a recommendation, ask for a recommendation letter. It's a mandate, and it's a culture here that you will get a recommendation letter which has all your dates of employment and your skills, and people who want to, like your supervisor talks about your behavior, etc. It can be, you can have a single page or how many ever pages, depending on how your company wants to do it. So it's important you have a reference letter there too. Okay. Now the sites that you can find jobs. Yeah, how can you find jobs besides LinkedIn and Zing? In India, you have Naukri.com, imjobs.com, JobsDB. I think JobsDB.com, and JobsDB is also there in Germany. Job leads, Monster. And then you can also go to company websites and look for jobs there, and you can apply there. Some are quite long a process, but that's how they prefer for applications. So please go ahead and do that. Or if somebody wants to refer you, send in your resume and ask them to refer within the job portal, and then you get an email that they have referred you, and then the process starts. So when you apply directly, of course, it's a lot of applications. So please give some time to the companies to find you. And therefore, that's why we recommend that it's always ideal that somebody refers you, and then your resume moves up the ladder to reach earlier. It's not that you get the job, but at least your probability of being called for an interview is higher. So that's another tip. In indeed.co.in, it helps you to aggregate. It works as an aggregator for all the job portals that are open across in India. The same as indeed.de. It helps in Germany to get all the jobs. In Germany, there are many sites in Germany too that besides Indeed, besides Zing or LinkedIn, we have like jobleads.de, telecomjobs.de, financialcareers.de. There is expertier.de. There you can actually Google and check financial jobs, and you can find the portal that comes in, and they have genuine jobs which are available. Expertier is also very good in terms of getting senior roles. You will look at, they have job postings by top recruiters, consulting firms. You can also look for top recruiters and consulting firms. They have jobs open in their portals. But ideally, what happens is these people find you over LinkedIn and then they reach out to you. So it's easy that way to have a better LinkedIn or a Zing profile, and they reach out to you. You can also reach out to them, get in touch with them. Um, and good recruiting firms will not charge the candidate. You can They only charge the companies to fill in specific positions. I don't think these people charge any money. Good reputable firms do not charge any commission to the applicants. So look at that. In Germany, for lower experience to mid time experience, mid-year experience, or mid-level, sorry, mid-level experiences, there's also stepstone.de, which is very good. Look at that portal and you will find it. Also, please note that when you're in Germany, it's not just easy to find a job in Germany without the language. So please ensure that you know the language at least to a level that you can speak. It's we get jobs in Germany which might not require German speaking in the beginning, but as you live here, you realize the fact that you definitely need to know speak German, because for living, for your children to go to school or interact with the general public, you need to speak German. So German is a necessity for people who want to come here, live here, and stay for longer. It's whether in the beginning or later, it doesn't matter, but you definitely need to learn German. So for senior roles in middle-sized companies, or which is the maximum in Germany, about 80 to 85% are mid-sized companies, and these companies are owned by families, and for generations together, these people in senior roles want to speak people to speak in German. So German is an important language to be known for sales roles, for customer facing roles, and so on. But yeah, again, luck is also a factor. So thank God I have been lucky. But yes, I have learned German. Ich kann auch in Deutsch sprechen und kann ich auch Ihnen helfen mit die Applikation, mit die Jobs, mit der Jobs hier. I can try. I'm not very fluent, but I'm able to speak enough German that I can start a conversation and then take it on. So it is important. I do not want to deny the fact. You can look up for roles here and check it. And there are many jobs open. There are more than 99,000 jobs in tech roles open here in Germany. The problem is the same. Companies are not getting the right skills because people don't speak German. So they are trying to change. But at the end of the day, when you have to speak with the local guys, you have to know German. So please ensure that you know that and acknowledge that and work on the language skills. Yeah, so these are the basic tips that I thought I would share. And then when you apply in um, when you apply in India and Germany, so India, you need to be sure that you are writing the right email body, like a small cover letter on an email before you apply. And in Germany, there's a culture of having a cover letter along with your resume, which describes in short a summary of what you want to do and why you're fit for this role, what is your career aspiration. So there are many formula so German. There are many templates that you can find on the internet. Please look at them. download them, try to see whether you can match that. The format of resume is different in Germany and in India. There is and don't make your resume more than 2 pages. Trust me, nobody wants to read three more than 2 3 pages of resume. Do not write history in your resume, please. No company has the time to do that. They will quickly look at keywords and see, and then they will shortlist. So that's also important. Your cover letter in Germany should talk about why, what is so great about you, and what is your contribution, why you're looking for this role, and how do you fit into this company while doing this role. So be crisp. Again, cover letter should not be more than uh, one page, and it is important that you can look at those contents on online, and then you can create it. So these are major tips. I can speak in more detail, but I think I have already reached the 40 minutes time. uh, just to summarize, 4 questions and sub questions. Remember them, maybe go back to the rewind to that section, think about it, write them down. It really helps. I also got my new job, like I said, during COVID. These companies that are currently in so much demand of people and growing in such a fast pace, it really helps to know which companies are growing, and how things are changing, how tech is moving normal other companies into a fast paced environment with growth, lesser lesser cost of operations, and so on, how they are able to scale up. So the companies that are currently recruiting are those kind of companies. Look at them, who are into cloud transformations, techs. Most of those companies are recruiting very highly in all the countries. So I encourage you to do that. Also, the tips that I gave on resumes, they are really important, and I have been given these tips during my MBA classes. I have been given by career coaches, leadership coaches, and so on. So please do consider them seriously, and they will really help you. Yeah. Whether people are changing their jobs or lost their jobs or looking for new jobs, it is possible to get a job in during this period. There are companies looking for people, and you will be successful. I wish you all the very best. If you want some more details, I will give you my email address in the comment section below. Please feel free to write to me. I may not be able to answer all questions in a day. I work, I study, I also do my household work. So please have some patience. And if there are other people who would like to give some more tips, you're more than welcome. I'd be more than happy that people join me in this my journey to contributing to people's well-being, and also their journey in their life. In the next video, I will speak about office anxiety and dealing with stress in office, like I said. Thank you very much. Please do comment. If I've missed anything, probably I can also reply on email, or I can make another video in detail. I will post my LinkedIn and Zing profile below. You can have a look at it. You can see my journey from, of course, I've not written everything in detail, but I started working as in a shop to today what I am is absolute. It hasn't been easy, and if you need to ask me specific questions of how to do stuff in various roles that I did, I can help you with that too. But that will take a long time. It's a different method. So I'll have to check on whether it's possible, when it's possible, how it's possible. Then we can look forward. But as of now, I would really be happy if you can please comment if you like this video and you found this helpful. Thank you very much. Have a great day and a great weekend. Take care. Tschüss. Tschüss, that you say in Germany. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.